Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell did a press conference yesterday and served up a heaping dose of hypocrisy.
Let me also just point out, I noticed my counterpart, Senator Schumer, announced yesterday that their goal is to apparently never fill the Supreme Court vacancy. That's kind of an expansion of the Biden rule. You recall the Biden rule in 1992 was the Senate would not confirm a Supreme Court nominee in the middle of the presidential election year, which was my view last year. Senator Schumer said in the second Bush administration that they would not confirm a Supreme Court nominee in the last 18 months of President Bush 43's tenure. Apparently there's yet a new standard now, which is to not confirm a Supreme Court nominee at all. I think that's something the American people simply will not tolerate, and we'll be looking forward to receiving a Supreme Court nomination and moving forward on it.
Are you fucking kidding me? That is beyond parody. He's like, oh, the American people, look, I care about the American people. The American people aren't going to take this. They're going to want a Supreme Court pick, so we're gonna have to run with it. You're going to have to run with it. You're going to have to vote on it. It is what it is. The American people. It's all about the American people. Hey, jackass, the American people were screaming at you to have hearings and confirm a Supreme Court justice. You didn't do it. He literally just broke the record on obstruction. And now he's coming out here going, oh, obstruction. Oh, my God, obstruction is the worst thing ever. It's so terrible. It's so wrong. It's so evil. You just broke the record. He's doing a massive false equivalence there, too, by the way. He's bringing up Schumer. He's bringing up Biden and like, oh, yeah, you know, these guys are the problem here. The record was a little over 100 days for blocking a Supreme Court nominee. How long did these guys do it? Over 300 days. So this idea of like, oh, they're so obstructionist, they're so bad. No, you literally just broke the record. And now you're out there going, oh, it's all about the American people. Well, the poll showed the American people told your punk ass to have hearings. You didn't have hearings. So now you come out here and say you care about the American people. We know that's not true. We know you're just a partisan hack. No, this really, really gets under my skin because he's clutching his pearls over obstruction when, and it's not just with the Supreme Court, it's in other areas too. Record obstruction is what they did. And then he says, oh, I can't believe that, you know, there might be permanent blocking of Supreme Court picks. First of all, the Democrats aren't going to do that. Second of all, we just covered articles right before the election. Conservative think tanks, Ted Cruz, some other Republican Congress people, they came out and they said, oh, we should permanently block nominees to the Supreme Court. You want to know why they were saying that? Because they were convinced Hillary Clinton was going to win. So when they thought Hillary was going to win, they were writing fucking, think pieces from think tanks about, oh, yeah, no, this is the right thing to do. See, the precedent is you don't necessarily have to appoint him, and it's one of the most American things to do to not appoint Supreme Court justices. So they were just arguing for permanent obstruction. And now they're out here like, oh, permanent obstruction? You know, that's really bad, and the American people aren't going to stand for that. And I, Mitch McConnell, care so deeply about what the American people think, which is why I just snubbed them by not having any hearings whatsoever, and which is why I bragged after blocking a gun background check bill, which had over 90% approval. Really, really soak that in for a second. Let that marinate in your brain. This guy bragged about blocking a bill. It was a background check bill for gun purchases after Sandy Hook when children were slaughtered. He bragged about blocking a bill that had over a 90% favorability rating. And now he's coming out here and arguing, the American people. That's what I care about. The American people. That's what I care about. Okay, now, what should the Democrats actually do? It's very simple. The Democrats should not be like the Republicans. The Republicans said, oh, we're so obstructionist, we're going to block everything and not even have a hearing. That's a level of obstruction that's so preposterous that it's hard to wrap your mind around. If I'm the Democrats, I'm going to hear out every single one. Every single one of the Supreme Court picks that Donald Trump makes, we're going to have a hearing on it. Absolutely. Am I promising you that we're going to confirm them? Fuck no. We're going to confirm them if they're not fucking absolutely insane. That's what we're going to do. So, you know, he wants to pick the next Antonin Scalia, as he said repeatedly that he would do. Well, I'm going to block them till I'm blue in the face. And I'm going to block them not because I'm a bad person, not because, oh my God, you're so obstructionist, you're so this, you're so that. I'm going to block them because the American people don't want Justice Scalia. Justice Scalia literally believed the devil was real. Justice Scalia argued in favor of torture, didn't believe in habeas corpus, didn't believe in due process, which is fundamentally against the Constitution. He's openly racist, said black people belong in, quote, slower track schools. The list goes on of his horrific decisions on the Supreme Court. So, since this is not a view of American law that is shared by the American people, because all the polls show the American people are left-leaning, unquestionably, they agree with Bernie Sanders' fucking platform, we're not going to pick somebody who's going to be an emperor overlord who gets to make all these decisions, who are going to screw over the American people, and who have a mindset that is fucking 200 years old. Guy who ranted and raved against gay marriage in that, remember that, the Supreme Court decision recently? I mean, his stinging rebuke of gay marriage was comical. It's going to go down in the history books as one of the dumbest fucking opinions ever. I mean, this guy breaks out every cliche, stupid ass fucking, why not marry your dog then? This is, if you want to fill the Supreme Court with people like that, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. You cry, you're blocking people. We're not blocking them. We're hearing them out, bitch. You didn't even hear them out. You didn't even have a fucking hearing to give it an up or down vote. We're going to have the hearing. We're going to have the hearing because we're not like you. But then we're going to go based off the merits. If they're an un-American, backwards, ridiculous, dumbass person, then no, I'm not going to fucking approve them. Why would I approve them? Why would I do that? That makes no sense. So that's what you do if you're the Democrats. But the overwhelming hypocrisy from Mitch McConnell is too much to fucking take. Dude, we know your record. We know your record. We know what you've done. You contradicted yourself on every single point there, and it's hilariously stupid.